Photography Simplified tips. Thinking about the background and seeing beyond the subject. These are the photography tips for the Photography Simplified project. So many people may react to a rainy day in a negative way, but a photographer or an artist might see a rainy day as an opportunity to photograph things in a different way, like looking at water droplets, reflections, looking at the lighting, the clouds, and possibly even the rainbows at the end. So there is positive potential in seeing more of objects and things in a unique way. It's just how you look at it. So photographers do this all the time. They look at an object and a situation in a different way with their lens by zooming in on it close or looking at it in a different angle or a different way than everyday people. So your mission with this photo assignment, Photography Simplified, is to see more in everyday objects and the things around you. I challenge you to look at objects in a different view, in a unique way, and find the beauty in and around you. So use that lens and zoom in and look at objects in a different way. Again, your goal is to take 10 photographs that where you look beyond the subject and you turn it into an object or a work of art by how you fill the frame in your composition. So our learning target is that you can demonstrate basic understanding of photographic compositions and the creative process in creating your photographs. There are many different ways to compose your images, and there are some learning resources in our online classroom. Additionally, you will be applying the art elements and principles of design in taking your photographs. Look at line, shape, color, form, texture, and value. Pay special attention to the types of balance you're using when composing your images. So what I ask is that you find the extraordinary in everyday objects. Look close, zoom in, and fill the frame of your photograph with something interesting in a unique way. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but here are some tips that can help you take more professional and interesting photographs. This photograph here I actually took in Brazil, and it's of a giant, like 3-foot lily pad. And all I did was zoom in on it as close as I could. You can even see the spikes underneath it. The texture and color is amazing. And it's a very, very simple photograph, but I love it. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And what I challenge you is to find things you think are interesting and beautiful and zoom in on them and take a picture. So tip number 1, get as close to your subject as possible. Zoom in and fill the frame. Our goal again is to fill the frame with your object from the top of the frame to the bottom and side to side. So that's tip number 2. Fill up the frame. Tip number 1 is to get as close as possible. Tip number 3, avoid background distractions. I love this image I got on Google of the Cookie Monster in the background being distracting of these beautiful kids. So I'm sure we all have a friend that the moment the camera gets out, they get their photo face on and love to photobomb people. So sure, take their picture, but then zoom in and take another picture. So compose your photo without background distractions. The less you have going on in the background allows your viewer to really focus in on the subject and what you want them to see. Tip number 4 is simplify what you're looking at. In photography, less is more. So less objects, less color. Really focus in and zoom in and show that you know how to use that lens and camera and let people see what you see. So those are 4 quick tips to help you with your Photography Simplified project. Remember, tip number 1, get as close to your subject as possible. Tip number 2, fill the frame with your object. Tip number 3, compose your photograph without background distractions. And tip number 4, simplify what you're looking at, because less is more. I'm here to help you along the way. I can't wait to see your photos, and thanks for watching.